Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to be talking about CSS variables, how to implement them in your code, and how to actually use them. If you are new in the channel, my name is Olamide and I simplify web development. If that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing to my channel and watch out for more videos. I have a simple document on my screen right now, and if you take a look at this, we have some heading and we have some paragraphs. Let's add some CSS to this so we actually see why we need CSS variables and how we can actually use them. Let's add some class. Let's say item 1. In this item 1, we can say color of red. If we take this class and then we use it in one of our p tags and then we say item 1, you now see that one of our paragraph item now have the color of red. We can do the same thing for every other p tag that we have here. This is going to be item 3, item 4, and item 5 in this case. We can get rid of this. We don't need. So now we see that we have multiple colors. But let's say, for example, we want this to be red. We want this to be blue. We want this to be red, and we want to keep this as blue. So we just want to alternate the color, right? So this is interesting, yeah? But we can have a lot of p tag in our code base. We can have multiple typography, multiple HTML files, multiple CSS files. Why CSS variables are kind of like interesting is because we can declare a CSS variable and then we can reuse them in our code base. So let's say, for example, we decide to make like a design change in our entire application in future and say we want all our typography that has the color of red to now go to color of green. We don't have to actually go into each file to actually make these changes occur. So that's why we use CSS variables. And to do that, we can declare like this in our root. Let's say main background color. We say our main background color is going to be what? Let's say it's going to be black. And let's say we want to have some color for our text. Our primary text color is going to be white. And then we say our secondary text color. Our secondary text color is going to be light gray in this case. So now what we have just done now is we have declared 3 CSS variables that we can now reuse in our code. And how do we use CSS variables? We can start with our body, yeah. So let's say we want to have a background color in our body. We can now use our CSS variable by using the var keyword, and inside of it we can pass in our CSS variable. So here we are going to be using the main background color. And you see that now our background color goes to black. We want to do the same thing for our text. So we want to say primary color. We already copied that. Primary color. And then we want to put it where everywhere we have red. And for everywhere where we have blue, we want to change that to our secondary color. Let's take our variable name for secondary color in this case. So we paste it inside here. We say item 2 in this case is going to be our secondary. Let's copy that and paste that here in our item 4. So now you see we have white and gray, white and gray. You notice that our heading has also, like, you know, our heading now has color or has a text color of black by default. So what we want to do here is we want to add a class name for that. We say class header, and in our code here we can now say header. We can say color of white. Let's just copy this and paste this right there. Now our header now shows our white color. So what's now interesting about this is now if we need to change our primary or secondary color in our code base, like in our entire code base in the future, all we need to do is just come here into our variables declaration and we can just say from light gray we want it to become red. Everywhere we use that variable in our code, that color is going to take effect like that. And that's how CSS variables work, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends, and see you on the next one.